As you can see, I've got loads of Whitman folders in front of me, which can mean only one thing. It's pre-decimal time. Hello everybody, welcome back to another What's in the Box. Today is part 45 of the series. Probably most of you have switched off by now. I think the only person that may be watching is Coin Patrol. Anyway, it's been a while since I actually did one of these. It's going to be a bit of an update, some little purchases I've made on the pre-decimals. So the pre-decimals I've got go from the farthings up to the half crowns. I've got 12 albums in front of me, but that's not all because I've got another 2 later on. So I'm going to clear the decks and we'll make a start. Well, the first set of coins I'm going to look at is the farthings from 1937 to 1956. You may have actually seen this in one of my previous What's in the Box videos. So this is a complete album up to 1956, which was the last year that the farthings were minted, but they were actually demonetised on the 31st of December 1960, and they were worth a half of a halfpenny. So the halfpenny here, I've got 1902 to 1936, and I've got quite a bit to go on here. And there's quite a lot of spaces. The 1929 I will need to swap out at some point with it having a hole in it. Halfpennies from 1937 to present day. And this one again I do have a full set of. And I've had to annotate and the mintage figures on the bottom because these didn't have any on. So a full set of the half pences. And they were demonetised on the 1st of August 1969. Now the half pences were worth half of a penny, and you can get 4 farthings to a penny as well. So 1881 to 1901. Now this is needing a bit of work. As you can see, the first 2 pages are empty, and I think the earliest one I've got is 1896, so it'll be still in the Queen Victoria reign. Moving forward to 1902 to 1929, don't know where all this is. But some of these coins keep falling out, so I'm going to have to be very careful. I think there's a 1920 that has a habit to keep falling out. So the 1912, the 1920s actually stayed in for once. So most of the harder ones to find, as you can see, the mintage figures on those are very low. And then later years, 1930 to 1966, again there's a lot of empty spaces. This goes up to 1967. Now I read somewhere the pennies were still getting produced up until 1970, but they still had the 1967 date on. Yeah, the pennies, they were demonetised 31st of August 1971, so still it was in the year of decimalisation. I'm presuming it was to allow people to get their old pennies down the backs of sofas, etc., into the banks to get them changed. Right, next up is the brass 3 pences from 1937 to present day. I'm going to have to be careful opening these because they do have a tendency to fall out. I did use Coin Patrol's little trick of using some water around the inside edges and then allowing it to dry, which would then contract the cardboard. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't, so I might have to redo it. But as you can see, there's 4 spaces missing there. I'm still needing an obverse for 1953, which is on order but hasn't been received, and you can see these are very, very shiny. That one there still haven't annotated, but a lot of these were very polished coins. But with regards to these 4 spaces here, I've got to made a few more purchases. So I've got 1951, I've got a 1950, and also a very shiny 1946. Again, this is a polished coin. It was actually advertised as the wedding anniversary coin from that particular year, but it does not bother me one bit, because that will go in and that will help that complete that album. The 3 pences, they were also demonetised on the 31st of August 1971. Now the next one is probably a lot of people's favourites, the sixpences. Now in new money they were worth 2.5 pence, so they still went in circulation till the 30th of June 1980, running alongside the current decimalised coins. You can see I'm going to need a little bit of work with these. Again, I think I'm waiting for that 1954 in the post, but we do have everything else up until 1967. Now there was a proof set issued in 1970 with all the pre-decimal coins in. There was about 750,000 of those minted, and I might be getting one of those at some point. Right, move forward on to the shillings from 1902 to 1936. Now this one here is an empty album. I haven't even started this one yet. Probably the reason being that these coins are going to be worth a bit more, because they're either full silver up until 1920 or half silver up until 1946. So that is an empty album as it stands. 1937 to 1951. Again, a lot of the early years are missing. Just waiting for a 1951 English, which I think, again, yeah, that's one I've actually ordered, and it should have been delivered this week. And finally, got the shillings from 1953 to present day. So I've got them all on that page. One missing there, and at the back there is 3 missing there, but those 3 again I've gotten on order. They should have been delivered, and this 1959 Scottish has turned up in the post, so that can go in. And that completes another page there. And the shillings, as you all know, were worth 5 pence, so they did actually stay in circulation for quite a number of years, up until the 31st of December 1990, when they were demonetised. The next album I've got is the half crowns from 1941 to present day. Again, early years, being half silver, hard to get. I've got all the others, and as you can see, a lot of them are very shiny because, again, they were polished coins. And the half crowns, they were in circulation until the 31st of December 1969, when they were demonetised. Now, I also bought a half crown album from 1911 to 1940 because I was able to pick up 2 half crowns from a local coin stall, and the 2 that I got was 1929 and a 1933 that keeps trying to jump out the album every chance it gets. Again, I'll have to use Coin Patrol's trick on that one, but those 2 are half silver as well. Now, if anybody's been eagle-eyed, you'll realise there's one denomination I haven't actually mentioned yet, and that is the florins. So again, I went and bought an album. So this is from 1941 to present day. I did have two already in the collection. So I did have a 1948 and I did have a 1962. So how am I going to fill this album? Is anybody up for a coin hunt? There we go. So I'm using the 50p mat. I've just made some little notes with the years because I've got 47 up to 67. There may be some extra years I need because there's a couple with obverses. There's no 1952. There was none minted for that year. So coin wise, I went and got 50 florins. So I have got no idea what's in here. So this is the first time I have opened it. And we'll make a start and see what we have. And what I'll do is I'll just put them in the spaces and then put them in the albums later. So the first one is 1948, 1951, that's another 1948. I hope we're not going to get nearly all 1948. So that's one. It's Queen Elizabeth on, so that's going to be a later year. 1964. Got a 1957. 1949. 1959. And another 1948. So already I can see a pattern. Looks like there's going to be loads of 1948s. The next batch I've got another 1957, 1962, which we already have. Another 1948 and 1966. Another new year there. 63. I haven't got that one. That's a reasonably shiny one. 1965. We haven't got that one either. Another 1949. Another 51. Another George VI, and that one's a 1950. Excellent. And this one's a bit grubby, 1962. Thankfully we've already got that. I'll put that underneath it. $1966 again. Another mucky one. 1948. 1947. Excellent. Our first 47. Another nice shiny one. And this is from 1967. And another Queen Elizabeth, 1964. Right, continue on. Another 1947. Another 1962. Another 67. 1947, another 1948. Now with the florins, they actually were still in circulation until the 30th of June 1993 because they were the same size as the old style 10pences, the largest style 10pences, so they had the same value. 65 for that one. Another 1948 and another 1962. So just missing 1661 and 58, 56, 55, 54 and 53. There's another 1948. 47 again. It's another 1951. And I don't think many of these are have a low mintage. I think the lowest mintage is about 9.5 million, so it's the same as the World War One Army Centenary. It's currently in circulation. 1956. Well, we need that one. It's the first one. 1959. Another 1966, which it's a bit grubby, that one. Another 1948. So we've got quite a few of those. Another 66. Another George VI coming up. Another 48. And 49. This is our last batch, and we still need 6 coins to complete that date run. 47 again. 66 again. Is that 55? Yeah, so we need that one. So all the ones we need are going to be Queen Elizabeth ones. 54. Excellent. We're getting there. 1950. It's the second one of those. 66. 63. We've only got 3 coins left. Another 1948. Another 1951. And last but not least is 1965. Right, so I'll quickly do a sort of a radio white whatever, and I'll come back with the album and we'll see what we have in it. Right, and we are back. As you can see, I've put the coins into all the spaces as best I can. As you can see, you've got the obverse there, but it isn't the one between 1941 and 1946 because they are only half silver. Probably a bit harder to get hold of. And as per usual, I didn't get a 1953, so we need an obverse and a reverse for that one. We didn't get 58, we didn't get 1960, and we didn't get a 1961. But the album has filled up quite a bit, and I've just realised when I counted the coins, I've actually received 51 coins rather than 50, so that's a bit of a bonus. So anyway, that's the end of the video for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little pre-decimal video. It's been a while since we did one. And so until the next time, keep on hunting, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.